Prix practice one then underway. The field accelerating its way out on track, and it's going to be headed by George Russell for Mercedes, Oliver Behrman for Haas, and then Lewis Hamilton behind him for Mercedes. So they head up towards you, Chris Hartley. You've got both Mercedes out, very early doors.
Yeah, absolutely right. The track looks pretty much dry now. About 20 minutes ago, there's still one or two damp patches, but they're all but gone now. So should see some decent lap times in this session. It's a great sight on either side of the commentary box. They come screaming out of your position at Abbey, flat out in 8th gear when they're up to speed through farm, and then it was racing into finish about 18 kilometers, 8 miles an hour, 30 kilometers an hour. They wind you up through the left-hander and the loop tight.
Explaining what the grip levels as the drivers increasing numbers of the Mercedes maximise the amount of time available to them left and right. Whether they will stay out and apply that remains they will, of course. Excellent news. Welcome back. Now, what are we anticipating out of this session? It's already been a little bit wait. So it's a busy practice very soon. Yeah, straight away. Not surprising, especially given very long successive issues. Maybe how you feel. Break was very long for Lance Stroll. Yeah, coming back in. Just literally, a couple of hundred yards away from the circuit. Early days, early thoughts, as you say, very busy straight away. Everybody out to get a pass. Isaac Hadjar, now of course, Lance Stroll back in the mix, one or two others coming in as well, and there's Norris back in as well. So, yeah, but one piece of information there, the fact that there's a 30% chance of rain, that will alerted quite a few of the drivers to the fact that they need to get out early. And you mentioned some of the modifications on the cars, particularly to Mercedes and McLaren, but Aston Martin also, they've got modifications on the so I think everybody wants to get out, particularly on a dry track, work out what those updates are doing or aren't doing, because if it does rain, then they can't even find out what those updates are doing, so they need to get out on the dry track. It's quite impressive that the teams are bringing updates.
Amazing.
You know, at the end of a triple header, a weekend, you know, a Formula 1 weekend in real terms is 4/5 days. Absolutely. They're working it now. Somebody on the simulator probably at the same time. The equivalent of that the yellow flag out in sector 2. Have to do that in the moment. Fernando Alonso has gone fastest, that's what it's worth at the minute, 1:31.193. So we're some way off those times of 2023 that we may well get to during the course of the day as they chip away. It's very, very early in the session at the minute. So Verstappen is the quickest now, 1:29.90. Yeah, they need to get down there. It's fine. I think that's the last driver out. I think Lando Norris has pitted and gone back out. Yuki Tsunoda looking quick in the first sector, quicker than anybody then. It's not a track evolution. It's not as though it's very dusty. It's a circuit that's being used all the time. Just clean up, and what it will do is rubber up, if you like. That's the drivers put a lot of rubber on. Being a clean circuit, it's a pretty clean circuit. We've already had Formula 3 and Formula 2 out there tidying it up, and it's already quite clean. One other thing that is being exaggerated when running here is just how fast they take half to go right through that. After a slower session earlier on, 0.1 and 0.2 is how quick they are in the drive compared to F2 and F3. So, Yuki Tsunoda was just on top, 129.8. Very, very quickly throughout. The cars that are really on a push now, you can see, flick right, the balance that the cars have managed to get them with downforce through the corner so effectively. The Aston Martin Fernando Alonso goes by now. Lewis Hamilton, absolute best first sector. That means that the Mercedes break up another absolute best, so we should get Lewis Hamilton top. Now, granted, this is qualifying. Yes, I know it doesn't affect the grid, but it is interesting, and it might well be that Mercedes is starting to pick up again. With that win last week, Lewis Hamilton on this lap should go top side. They're going past at about 152 miles per hour through Abbey. Right, Lewis Hamilton does go quickest every morning, 129.035. Mercedes to the top. David Behrman looking on, having of course moved from the Ferrari garage in which he stood earlier on in the season to the Haas garage. Time yet to come from George Russell, Lando Norris, Lance Stroll, Brake Drama, Alex Albon, Franco Colapinto and Isaac Hadjar. But it's Hamilton and first sector. Prix, 81 numbers of McLaren heading in your direction.
Yeah, it looks like everybody on the hard tyre as far as I've seen so far. So the white sidewall tyres we using it for clarity. Good effect in the Grand Prix last year. In the Aston Grand Prix last year, the McLaren makes his way into the phenomenal section and the back is setting. They're absolutely flat out on the approach at over 190 miles an hour. They're flat through the first part of it. They finally knock a bit of speed on, but they're already back up to 7th gear when they exit onto the Hanger straight.
By the time they get to the end of the Hanger straight, speed all the time. We can piece together the next quick lap. George Russell in sector 1. And an improved lap last time, 1:30.138. Joe Guan Yu, an improver as well. That improvement. We have 3 down to second, 1:29.8. So 4 tenths of a second between Mercedes and McLaren. But cops, which I was now was so spectacular. On the back, 158 miles an hour. of that car. And again, extra frustration for the teams because
they've only got an hour to do whatever they want to do, and that's now being eaten into by the stoppage. Just before the red flag came out, George Russell went fastest, so we have a Mercedes 1-2, George Russell 128.888, Lewis Hamilton 129.035, and Fernando Alonso had been looking good in the first sector with an absolute best, but it comes to nothing because of the road.